Numinosity Comics. This is issue 1 in a magazine style format, kind of like Heavy Metal Magazine. Remember how awesome that magazine was? I think I heard it's coming back. But yeah, this is in that kind of tradition. Awesome cover. Like, this wraparound is bloody awesome. It's absolutely amazing. So I went to a local comic convention where they get local people to sell their stuff. Now, I've actually attended that, selling my own books and some of my my magazines and stuff that I've done. So I'm very familiar with this convention. So I like to go and I like to just see what's out there, see what's in my community. And I usually don't spend a lot because, you know, I am promoting my own stuff, but I'm also buying a lot of comics every month. But I like to go and buy at least one item from someone who's, you know, new or starting out, just to give a little bit of confidence and to boost their sales a little bit. At least I can support somebody. I do like to get independent comics, and I've bought in a bunch. And there's Atrium. The guys who did Atrium was there, and I've reviewed those, and those are all great. I'm waiting for issues 4 and 5. So I picked this one because literally I thought the cover looked cool, and the guy who was at the table said, "Oh, it's like a, you know, horror sci-fi." I do like horror sci-fi. I was very surprised at how awesome this was, actually. I thought it would be cool because it looked cool, but it's actually really awesome. We're going to review it using my SPACE system. So story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best you can get in any category. This is an anthology series, so not that every issue is different. Every story in here is different. So you get, what, 5 stories, I think, in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 stories. And each one is kind of completely different. I'm not going to really go through and do a space review on each story. That's kind of crazy. I'm going to handle this like I handle the Progs and the Judge Dredd magazines and, you know, the sort of heavy metal, where I'm going to review it as a whole package. As a whole package, I would give the stories a 2 out of 2. I loved every story. So you got 4 of them. The first one concerns these really interesting looking creatures that are on a planet. I'm not even sure if the planet is Earth, really, but you got these really cool creatures. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I actually want you guys to pick this up, so I'm not going to show you everything. I'll just show you like one page here. Pretty cool. You got these creatures here, and it's just a story about them. And I don't want to say they're all very short, right? They're not long. So it's like, you know, maybe what, like 7, 8 pages each or something like that. So I don't want to really spoil the story. So that's the first one. The second one is about this, what appears to be a serial killer. And this one is all done like this, or most of it's done like this. And very minimal dialogue or word balloons. Like, it's mostly done through the art, and it's awesome. I'll show you one more page really quickly. You can see like the intruder aspect of it. I actually love the way this was laid out. We're going to get to the art momentarily. So there you go. The next one is on a train, and really cool, really nice. It's like a guy and girl on a train. So that's, I'm not going to tell you any more about that. Great story. Again, these are very short. It's horror. So think horror, sci-fi. So they're not beautifully nice stories. You know, you're like, yeah, you know, it's not uplifting really. It's going to be creepy weirdness. This one's really neat with what goes on. There's a really cool page. I don't want to show you the creature. And then you've got this other one here where this little girl who's wearing a little Wonder Woman kind of tiara is up against, she's got this owl who's guiding her through the darkness. And you can see like, there's like creatures in the darkness and stuff like that, right? Like you can see a little bit of that guy there. So I don't want to show you too much of it. So that's your 4 stories. I loved each one of them. They're awesome. The girl going through the dark was probably, I guess, my favorite one. Well, I don't know. I liked that first one with these creatures. But anyways, all the stories are good. I don't want this review to be too long. All the stories are amazing. The pacing is 2 out of 2 because it's fast paced. They're all very short stories. So obviously the pacing's great. The artistry, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2 perfect score for the art. I love it. I love this cover. I love the cover to the other 2 issues. There's 3 issues out so far. I loved all the covers. I just picked this one because it's number 1. You're gonna buy number 1. I know how that, you know. Absolutely friggin' awesome. And again, when I give the art a perfect score, I'm not saying that this artist here is better than Jack Kirby or Neil Adams or something crazy, or Alex Ross. I'm just saying that in this format, with this larger format, the way that he's telling the story, it all came together for me in a really damn good package. So love it. Characters. So this is a tough one. Now, when you're talking about characters in an anthology book, whether it's short, it's not like Judge Dredd, where you're following Judge Dredd or you're following Rogue Trooper. So, I mean, obviously Rogue Trooper is awesome, right? And Judge Dredd is like one of my favorite characters. So, like, I mean, if it's a 7-page Judge Dredd story, well, Judge Dredd's awesome. Or sometimes you get Judge Anderson, or you might get anybody. There's lots of great characters. When it's characters you don't know and it's just people, this isn't a character-driven book. This is more like, you know, plot-driven, right? So I'll give the characters a 1, right? Like, I'll give it a 1 out of 2. I mean, I can't, this is like, yeah, man, every character in here is better than Superman. You know, it doesn't work that way. It's not like that. So I understand that the characters are good in terms of what they are for the story they're in, right? So they're not character studies. So that's how it is. You really can't get more than 1 in the characters unless you're going to have something where there's a recurring character. Now, the girl at the end here, she was pretty awesome. She was actually pretty awesome. So I think she's going to continue on into other issues. So she might be someone who I might later on, maybe in issue 2 or 3, say, well, I'm going to give the characters a 2 out of 2 because now I'm following her and I really like her. I liked all the characters that I got, but it wasn't like I'm super in love with them. And, you know, most of them don't survive anyway, so it doesn't matter even if you are into them. So that's that one. For the enjoyment factor, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10 easy. I could easily give this a 10 out of 10. But because I'm using my system, I can't just say the characters are the best when I don't, you know, it's like, it's not about the characters. So I have to be realistic. 9 out of 10. This was friggin' awesome. Really surprised. I wish this guy the best of luck. If you come back to the next one, I will buy your other 2 books. Where's the name of this fellow? I'm going to put the link to I'm going to put Numinosity's link in here. Travis Francis. There you go. So Travis, buddy, you did awesome on this. I'm very like happy with the quality. You may have been the best thing at the show. I do like Atrium though, and those guys have now been on my channel a few times as well. So I really like those guys as creators, and their comic is awesome. Now their comic is more of a, you know, it's not conventional, but it's a standard comic. But this magazine style. I love this. By the way, love that you've done it this way. Makes it stand out. Makes it a little bit more special. So there you go. I know this ran long, guys. I apologize. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. Check out the link, see what else this guy's got. It's all good stuff. So that's it. Until next time.